Senior civil servant was questioned about trust and responsibility at the Muskrat Falls inquiry today. Many government officials have said Nalcor did not tell them key information, but inquiry lawyers say their oversight was not good enough. NTV's Michael Connors joins us live with more. Michael?
Thank you very much, Glenn. As Deputy Minister of Natural Resources, Charles Bown had a lot of trust in Nalcor. Today, the inquiry wanted to know if he still trusted them now.
The Commission of Inquiry is now open.
There's been a lot of push and pull between the government and Nalcor during the inquiry. The evidence consistently shows cases where government officials were not aware of specific risks in the cost estimates and the schedule. That's no different for Charles Bown, the former Deputy Minister of Natural Resources.
Well, based on what you're seeing now, do you still have that high level of trust in Nalcor?
I have some questions that still require some answers.
From who?
We'll wait till Mr. Martin testifies.
But he also admits the government did not do a good enough job of overseeing Nalcor's activities.
I'm asking whether you agree that the government is ultimately accountable for the actions of Nalcor with respect to the Muskrat Falls project.
I don't know if I can answer that, and the reason being is I don't know what all the actions of Nalcor were with respect to the project.
Yeah, but I think it's a pretty simple question. You've written this: the shareholder is ultimately accountable for the actions of Nalcor. And I'm suggesting to you that applies to the Muskrat Falls project.
Using math, yes.
What do you mean? I'm not talking about using math. I mean,
if government's responsible for the actions of Nalcor and Nalcor undertakes actions, then government intuitively, mathematically is responsible for those actions, yes. The answer to your question is yes.
yes, okay, that's fair enough. Okay.
Government officials say they weren't aware that strategic risk was excluded from the cost estimates, but it was also the government that limited Manitoba Hydro International from doing an external risk assessment. That's because the government was rushing to get ready for a House of Assembly debate in 2012, but it had other consequences.
The result was that there was never any review, and I emphasize any review or audit of the strategic risk management reserve issue with Nalcor. Do you agree with that?
IMHI, I agree.
And Charles Bown will be back on the stand again tomorrow at the inquiry. Glenn?
Michael Connors joining us live. Thank you, Michael.